running around here ever since I got out of church this evening, trying to get my studio all straightened up. As you guys know, we got some carpet classes going on May 5th, 6th, and 7th. And I come across a seam that I saved. I actually had to repair it, and it was too bad to take apart and put right back together. So I just cut like 8 inches out right where the seam was, completely redid it myself. So I came across the piece of carpet that I cut out, the actual seam, and I thought we would take a look at it, see if we can't learn a little something from it, okay? Let me turn around here. I'll show you exactly what I got. So this is, whoa, let's see here. Oh, okay. So this is what I got right here. You see the seam here, right up through here. This is what I got. You can see the back here. I just cut the whole seam out, and how's it going, Virgil? We're gonna take a look at it and see what the gentleman did. And he actually tried to fix it, but first himself, before I went out and repaired it. You can see where there's a double tape on it right there, where he went over the existing tape instead of pulling the tape off like you're supposed to. He just broke the seam apart and stuck it right back to the tape. And as you can see, it does not stick very good to existing tape. Looky there. So you got to get that tape off of there if you're wanting to do it. Look at that big overlap right there. I done that the other day on the seam here in the studio. You guys remember that? Dang it, he said. Looky here. So this is one layer of seam tape right here going over the other one. So I started to pull the tape off and redo it, and then I was like, man, this is just too awful. You can see here where he ripped the fibers out of the backing, trying to fix it himself. So once I got to that point, I was like, no, I'm just going to be done with this. I want to completely cut it out and redo it. But anyway, what I want to do is take a look at this on the front side here and see if we can't see what's going on with it and what not to do. Right here is the point where he pulled the fibers out the backing. You can actually see the net right there. So that was left right in the seam itself. So looky here, when you rub it like that, you can definitely see it super bad. Let's take a look right here and see what's going on with it. Looks like he just got a whole bunch of fibers right down in the glue right there with that. There was a spot on it that I seen where he actually trimmed it up. Let me put this camera down and point it down so we can see what's going on here, and I don't have to keep shaking it all around and stuff. It'll be better for you guys if I set it down. Okay, so let's see here. Yeah, this is it right here, okay? So this is exactly what I was talking about. So you can see it, okay? Rubbing it like that, yeah, it's not too awful bad, okay? But as soon as you get a side wipe on it, look at that. That way's not even too bad, but when you go that way, the reason why, I guarantee I ain't looked at it close enough, I guarantee is because he cut the fibers off of this side of the seam and not this side. Whenever he had it, whatever he did, he tried to cut some fibers out of it right there, trim the fibers down, think is what happened. Let's see. Yeah, that's what happened there. So looky right. I think maybe I'm wrong on that. Might have just got them all gobbed down in the glue there, because I'm not honestly seeing any cut fibers on the seam right there. I seen it somewhere on this when I was doing it. I don't know if it was this particular part or not, where he tried to trim it up a little bit and he cut fibers out of it. And that was one thing I was wanting to talk about here. So right there's a bunch of cut fibers. I don't know if you guys can see it. So whenever he got them down in the glue or whatever it did, he tried to trim it up to get the glue off of it. And that causes, whenever you got a whole bunch of cut fibers like that, you can definitely, it might look okay doing it like that. Again, as soon as you get that wipe across there, it looks awful, okay? So trimming your fibers up, getting completely rid of them is by no means no way to fix a seam, okay? There we go, I can just do that. Yeah, if they're higher on one side, you can trim them down flush, but to completely snip them out, see right here? So he completely snipped those off at the bottom, and that's what's causing it, just making it have missing naps, and that's what made that show up so horrible right there, is there's nap missing, okay? And that same thing happens whenever a person will straight edge it. Whenever you straight edge it and you got missing pieces coming out of it and so forth, it's going to be the exact same way. That's why there's no better way of making a seam than row cutting it. Looky here. So let's get right here. Look at, I know he straight edged it because there's all kinds of dark and light together. So that's what I was talking about right there. Whenever you straight edge it, you cut through the actual twist of the fibers and you just lose the fibers right there, okay? You see all the plastic strings running through the back of it right there. That's where fibers just got knocked out because they was either cut in half or something. Look at all down through here. All them strings here. That is a super rough straight edge cut right there. Oh, darn. How's it going from New Zealand? He said. Let's see here. I don't know if I was showing that good. I was looking at the carpet instead of the camera on that. I'm going to point that out again. Okay, so all the little, see the little strings that run through the backing? I forget what those are called. The little nylon plastic strings or whatever they are. So anyway, that's right. Here's more of them. You can see them right there. So when you straight edge it, that's what happens. You can't help but cut through them. Look at there. So this is tape stuck to the tape. See how easy that comes off? You guys cannot seam over seam tape. Anytime you do a seam, anytime you redo a seam, you have to pull it off. Look at that, it has just completely smooth where it went over the backing of the other seam. So, can't do that. And that's as far as he went. He only did like a portion of it before he just gave up or was satisfied with it or something. I don't know if he was satisfied or not, but because I actually came out and redid it to get it going right. But yeah, there's just a whole bunch of missing fibers. The little strings there, like I was talking about, just makes for a bad seam, especially in this speckled carpet. Whenever you straight edge it, you cannot straight edge this stuff. You get all kinds of fibers to get all kinds of light spots and dark spots together. Looky here, you see all them dark spots? Choop, 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 choop. Just dark spots running together. You have to row cut this stuff. No doubt about it, okay? There's no way around. Some people say serpentine it. Well, you're still going to end up somewhere with speckles, dark and light together. It looks okay like that. Going that way again, just pushing it that one way. You can see it like all the way down. Let's see what's going on right there where it shows up so bad. So look at dark and dark. Got dark on both sides of those again. And it just looks like missing fibers all the way down through there is what it looks like. This part of the seam was not redone, rather, by him. He only tried to fix the other side, so this was how it was originally, and this is why they wasn't happy. Okay, so looky here. We did a seam test just the other day on seam tape about how even if you just do it right, it's going to be super strong, okay? Looky here. Looky right here. Look how that seam tape is not even stuck to the backing of the carpet. Probably 3/8 of an inch of the backing is not even stuck in there. So, and we've seen how strong it is when it's done right, okay? So that's just pretty poor, if you ask me. There's a lot of carpet backing right there. Not even stuck not even stuck in the in the glue at all. So, but again, no doubt about it, if you do it right, the seam is definitely strong. Look at all that backing that's not even stuck in the glue. I'm not doing this to just sit here and pick the gentleman's work apart or anything like that. We can all learn from looking at stuff like this, okay? So we can see what not to do or what even to do a little better or something. So look at this. It didn't get hot. It didn't get hot enough for one. Look at all these beads of glue here. Did not even get melted, okay? So this seam was rushed too much. Didn't even get melted all the way on that part anyway. And down here, looks like it got a little better. But as far as it goes, this did not get centered on the iron or something, because that one side right there just didn't even get hot at all. All of this glue never got touched with the iron. Okay, here we go again. Let's take a look at this. So there's just fibers, tons of fibers, all down in the glue right there. This is just straight up rushing too much, you guys. I hope you guys don't do that. You guys got to take your time. The seams is what shows the installer's skill set, okay? If you can make good seams, that says a lot about you. And I'm sure most people can if they just take the time to do it. I mean, this guy's been installing, done this for like 50 years. Seriously, like 50 years, and just don't take the time to do it. I hear you, Gold Coast. You can see all the strings right there. Just a whole bunch of missing fibers from straight edging. Okay. Look right here. Now, obviously, there's no seam sealer on this. Don't nobody in these parts seam seal. I think I'm the only one that uses seam sealer in my area. It's a shame to say, but nobody does. Okay, well, I'll tell you what. This was actually done again, because I can see a little bit of white glue right there. So he actually did repair this up to this part too. Well, looky there. That tells you something right there. Look how off-centered that seam tape is. You just got a little bit of seam tape right there on one side, 3/4 of it on the other side. So that's why the other side over there didn't even get in the glue. Just not taking your time, guys. I know you get this ain't y'all's, but hopefully this will show the importance of taking your time. I hope I'm not moving this around too much where you guys can't even see. So you can see all the fibers down in the glue right there. Once again, I mean, just a whole bunch of them stuck in there. And you got the little string showing. So this is a real good thing to do. I'm not just saying that because I did it, but you guys ever go do seam repairs and you have to cut them out like this, take them and inspect them, okay? You can take them home and look at them and see what's going on with them and see what not to do. You can definitely learn from that stuff. I know not everybody is privileged to be able to take their own work apart and stuff like that. Now, don't get me wrong, this is not my work, but I do stuff here at the studio where I can take it apart again. Thank you, Bobby. I appreciate that, my friend. Super nice of you. You always seem to be the one super chatting and stuff, and that really lets me know you appreciate the channel, buddy. I appreciate that. I hope it's helpful. Again, look how much of the carpet is not even stuck in the glue at all. Just a whole bunch of it where it's not stuck at all in the glue, right along the edge of the seam. Let's see here. Gotta not too off much, but you can see all that stuck in the glue. Looks like the glue got up on the fibers there. There's not a doubt in my mind that this gentleman can do good work. It's just everybody rushes. Everybody rushes. Gets in a hurry trying to make that money. Like I said, this guy's been doing it for 50 years or more. I can't remember. He's an old guy and he's been doing it a long time. So, look right here. Look at that. Uh-oh. I think my battery in my gimbal's fixing to go dead. There we go. Maybe not. Anyway. So maybe we can learn a little something from this. Definitely can see that you cannot go over existing tape, and even if this is not a cool glide, it's still important to keep your seam tape centered, or else you end up with stuff like this, not even melted on the far side, okay? And you see how easy it was here when it was stuck to the seam tape. Should never double tape. You're exactly right, buddy. You are exactly right. Don't even know what to say about that. I learned from an old guy, and I saw the same kind of things. Left it up to us to do the good job. Wow. It's kind of messed up, man. It really is. You think the guys that would be in the industry the longest would be the best. He was just tired. And that's good to have the benefit of the doubt, but when you go behind him and fix stuff all the time, you kind of know it's not just that. Might just be tired of working, but he's well enough off, I'm sure, that he could stop working. People just don't want to stop because they ain't got nothing to do with their life. When they were to get a certain age, they feel they need to work just to feel like they're doing something. I've seen old guys do the biggest shortcuts. That's messed up too. That is messed up. Let me see here if I can. Let's see. He did great work and taught us to do it right, but it was always ends. But was always ends of his time. Carpet guy, you should always give the cons. Give the cons on row cutting rather than just always bashing a straight cut. I don't know that there is any cons on row cutting. There's not any bad thing about it because you don't cut any fibers. You cut close to the row. I don't know that there's any cons of row cutting whatsoever. If you can think of any, I am down for it. And I'd say that if you are thinking that there might be some cons to row cutting, might just not be doing it right, because I don't know of any single negative thing to say about row cutting. If it's done right, it's the way to do it, no doubt about it. I'm not trying to absolutely just bash any individual or anything like that. Don't think that, but row cutting is the way to go, even on cross seams. My opinion should be row cut versus straight edge. I get that sometimes you have to straight edge them, cross seams, but at least try to cut them right before you go over to that alternative of, okay, we're going to straight edge this. At least try to run a row in it. Yeah, it definitely takes more time because that way everything has to be matched up. You definitely got to do your hallway first, run everything off of the hallway, which that's the way it should be done. So there really ain't no negatives about row cutting. If so, somebody please say something. I would love to sit here and talk about that. Maybe I could learn something, or maybe we could just agree to disagree. How about that? I don't know. I don't know of any bad thing about row cutting. I'm gonna sit here. New Zealand. Never double tape. Okay. Alrighty. Cons of row cutting: trying to run my screwdriver up the row first and snagging every loop. LOL. Screwdriver is a lot of people do that, but a screwdriver is not honestly a row finder. Okay, there's so many row finders out there. I tell you what, since we're talking about that, let me do something right quick. Okay, I'll show you guys something that'll help you out. If you guys are snagging up and stuff like that, maybe some people have a hard time row cutting. I got a little trick for you. Okay, let me grab a piece of carpet back here. I've been back here straightening up too. Use Luke Pile Cutter 366. That is super awesome. Hard to row cut quality carpet, very crooked end up pushing and pulling same together. Yeah, you definitely, almost all carpet you do have to do that. But when you do put it together, you get it pulled together and stuff like that, it's all done properly. So you don't have to worry about it. Rather, if it's straight edge, you got cut fibers and stuff like that. I'm gonna grab a piece of carpet here and show you guys something. Let's see what they said right there. Always row cut commercial, but not always residential. I got you. True. Okay, this little trick right here will help you guys out. I guarantee it. If for those that struggle with row cutting, I got all my carpet tools in the studio here, I think. So let me just show you guys this. I got my daggum little walkway there is all jacked up. That's why I've been here straightening stuff up this afternoon. Getting ready for classes. So right here, ta-ta, this is the best I've ever found. This is the Orcon row finders. I've been using these for years now, and they are the best. They got a 17 and a 15 point, I think. We get bottom of the barrel crap up here in Alaska. Shipping. Thank you for what you do. I learned so much from you. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, we all sometimes deal with crappy carpet. I'm sure maybe it's worse up there. I don't know because I'm not up there, but it's pretty much everywhere. Especially working with let's see here. Working with rental properties and stuff like that. That's why I want to just completely do away with it. Okay, I want to get away from the rental properties and apartments and all that crap. Putting together crooked row cut seams, unnecessary ripples. Not if you power stretch it, buddy. If you can even have carpet, even out of manufacturer's tolerances, more than an inch out, and pull it together and have a huge ripple. If you power stretch it, you're going to get rid of that by all means. Okay, yeah, you might cause ripples and humps in it and have them left if you're kicking stuff in. I completely understand that. That's why you don't kick in. Okay, you use a power stretcher. I don't want to bash anybody or anything like that. I'm not about that at all, but this channel is about promoting quality and doing things right. So that's why I always want to do power stretching, row cutting, all that stuff that should be. Like I said, I understand sometimes it can't be row cut, but there's no reason it can always be power stretch. No doubt about it. We can some absolute crap carpet in New Zealand and won't hook up onto smooth edge, and too much texture carpet's like $500 a meter we get. Okay, gotcha. All right, I'm gonna cut a little piece off of this and I'm gonna show you guys something, okay? Obviously, you always have to row cut the way the carpet's laying down, okay? Now, It does take practice, and it takes a little finesse. I've tried to explain it more than a dozen times probably. It ain't got nothing to do with looking at it, okay? You just have to have a soft hand and feel it. Row cutting is all about feel. You might look at it just so you can see what you're doing or whatever, but you don't have to see to push the run straight, okay? You simply set your needle in there. Now this is not what I'm wanting to show you, but this is just the basics of row cutting, okay? Simply set your row finder in there and push, let it go forward, okay? If you try to make it go a certain direction, that's when you're gonna get snagged up or something, okay? Simply set it in there, watch, I'm just gonna get it there, okay? Now you don't have to look, just push forward and let the needle go where it wants to, okay? Point this down some. You don't have to do anything, okay? Simply put them all in there. Hold on, I want you to be able to see here that I'm just I have something here. The waterproof, it's like 8 mil rubber backing, gets put down over pad. Tell me if you know about that, Ruben. We use a lot of it up here. I don't know about the rubber backed carpet. I do know we got Shaw Life Happens carpet or whatever with the plastic backing on it or whatever. But anyways, there's not a whole lot of difference in that. Only difference is you use a low profile tape, and they say that you should double up tack strip or use the tri-tack. I don't do that. I've used my regular, now the tack strip that I use is not a 3/4, it is a 7/8 tack strip. I do use a quality tack strip, but only whenever they first come out did I have issues sticking with it, and I think they've changed it a little bit since then, because now I don't have any issues with it. Just the very first job I did, I had problems with it. Every bit of it now, it's stiffer and it's heavier. Definitely hard to carry upstairs because it's slippery, especially on these work shirts that I got, but you just use a low profile tape and that's it. That's just the only difference, okay? So anyway, what I was getting at, put your row finder in the carpet and just push, okay? If you try to force it, if you're watching it and you're trying to, oh, it looks like it needs to go right or it looks like it needs to go left, that's when you're gonna get messed up, okay? Set it in the carpet. You don't have to look. Just push straight forward and let it go, okay? Watch. Just let it go where it wants to go. You just push forward on it, okay? That's all you have to do. It's going to stay in the row unless you force it left or right, okay? You just simply let it go where it wants to go. It's going to automatically go between the rows, okay? It takes a little practice to have a soft hand and let it do that, but if you just put it there and push, let it go where it wants to, it's naturally going to go right in the row, okay? Use the force. I hear you. Anyway, that's almost all carpets will do easy like that if you just have a soft hand, okay? Just let it go where it wants to go. So this is it, okay? Here's the trick. If you guys are having problems, take a cob. Everybody's got carpet cobs because we're carpet guys. Lay this underneath, lay your carpet over. Look at here, I'm gonna want a row cut right down there. I'm just gonna take that right there. That's gonna open that backing up just a little bit. It's gonna take those fibers that are like this and it's gonna open them up like that because it's bending backwards, okay? So that's gonna open that gap up and just make it that much more easier to do, okay? So if you're having a little bit of issues, try folding your carpet right over a cob like that, okay? Again, you guys can imagine that. So here's your carpet right here. When you bend it backwards, you know how it does. Whenever you bend your carpet backwards, you guys know how it does. So right here, watch the rows. So they just open up, okay? See that? See how they open up? So the same principle when you lay it over a cob, it just opens the fibers up a little bit and makes it run down through there easier. So you change the blade to the other side of your row cutter. No, I do not. I use the same blade on the same side. That way, good one. I'm glad you like that, Nick. I hope that helps, buddy. That way you are getting the same amount of backing, just like the just like the manufacturer is. You don't want to cut all the backing out and have just fibers. You can do that on a lot of carpet, but some particular carpets, if you get it too tight, then that's going to have a little line down through there and look funny. So I've just gotten in the habit of recreating the same gauge that that the manufacturers have. So if I cut all my backing off one side, on the other piece that I put there, I'll leave the backing on that. That way I still have my gauge that should be there from the manufacturer. It's just like I'm not even doing anything to the carpet. It goes back together the same way that the carpet should be. So it's not got no two fibers that are real tight together because we cut all the backing out. It goes back together the same way. Now, if I switch sides and cut all the backing off of both pieces, then yeah, it's going to be fibers tight together. So that's why I used to. You can look at some of my earlier videos. I used to do that, but you just get in the habit. You try to do your best, and you get in the habit of doing those things that make it better, and it just becomes habit. You just do it without even thinking about it. So anyway, I hope that helps somebody right there. Maybe breaking that over the row. Will you seam on that row? No, I will not seam on this row. I simply do that to spread the fibers apart. Honestly, I don't have issues row finding. So some carpets, since I found out about this, a buddy of mine told me about it. Since I found out about it, I've not had a stubborn carpet give me a problem row cutting. Sometime or another, I will need to know how to do that or know it. But it's just good to know. You never know. You can't never have too much information. I don't know about trying it over a cob like that. That would just be kind of silly for a doorway or something. Try seaming it on that row. You don't want your tape to dry in a bent position like a cob. You want your tape to dry flat. So definitely would not want to do that. You don't want it to dry. You know, that's why I always will seam over a seam board. My Cool Glide Teflon, it's not out here right now, but my Cool Glide Teflon board is usually what I make my seams over now, because most of the time I use my Cool Glide iron now. I have been using this guy right here a lot lately because, like I think I explained to you guys, I just don't want to get out of practice with that. But I've done it enough now to where I feel good. I'm fixing to go back to using my Cool Glide, which on certain carpets I'm going to keep using it. I know, just meant for an experiment. Oh, I got you. I'm going to keep using my Cool Glide for most carpets. Some carpets will be okay using the iron on and stuff like that, but if it's a high quality carpet or something like that, I'm gonna use the Cool Glide on it. I just want to use the right iron for the right carpet. I don't want to put I ain't gonna waste my money or my time on a low grade carpet for using the Cool Glide, because the tape does cost more, and for me, the way I do it, it's a little slower. You guys have seen me seam the Cool Glide, seam with the Cool Glide, and it's definitely slower. So if I'm using a nice carpet, I will use the Cool Glide. If not, I'm going to use the regular iron. So I will be using both of them, not just the one at any particular time. So, I mean, I say any particular time. If it's a good carpet, I will. Anyway, I just wanted to come on here, pull out some things about that seam right there. I'm glad y'all was talking about it, because I think that little trick right there will help a lot of guys out. But anyway, I'm going to get off here. I didn't want to be real long. I've just been 35 minutes on here. Slower than tape and simmer down. The way I do it is, you can run it fast. I mean, it don't take long to, you can run it as fast as the regular iron, but the way I do it, go check out some of my seams where I've made them on there with the Cool Glide. I will set it aside, get my nap and fibers and everything perfect, my backing perfect, and then I set it down there and zap it. With the regular iron, you just push and push and push it. Now you can do that with the Cool Glide and Seamer Down. You can just set it on there and push it. But a thing about the Seamer Down and the Cool Glide, you want an iron's length between the Cool Glide and the Seamer Down, or else the you're welcome, buddy. Or else the Seamer Down will actually affect the Cool Glide, and your tape won't get as hot as it should because it causes a draft underneath the carpet. So anytime you guys are using the Cool Glide and the Seamer Down now, have at least an iron length between the two tools, okay? Don't have them butted up like you would a regular iron. It don't hurt a regular iron because you got heat directly on the tape with the other iron, so it don't hurt it like that. But Cool Glide, you gotta have a distance in between there, okay? Anyway, I'm gonna get off here. Thank you, Bobby Griffin, for the super chat. I really appreciate it, buddy. Looking forward to having you guys here for the classes May 5th, 6th, and 7th of next month. I'm really looking forward to it, getting everything together. I'm fixing to get, makes perfect sense. Thank you. You're welcome, buddy. In my area of Michigan, the going rate for glue down commercial is 65 cents a square foot plus material. How does that compare to down there? I'm getting 75 cents is what I'm doing on commercial. That's what the store's paying me. But everybody else, if I ain't mistaken, it's 60 or 65. So you're right in there. Do you still cover? Have a good night, man. Thanks, buddy. Do you still cover the front vents of the Seamer Down? I don't, as a matter of fact. Let me check this one out. I don't think I did. On my old one, I did. No, I do not have them covered here. This is the Pro 2, and you can see I don't have them covered. I don't know. Oops. I don't know if that was something that I did or not on that, but I ain't had no issues with it on this one. How's it going, JK? H. But anyway, gonna get off of here. Anyway, looking forward to seeing you guys on the May 5th, 6th, and 7th for the carpet classes here. Again, it's gonna be me and this gentleman here, NFIC, is gonna be here doing some teaching on the high-end wovens and tufted and all that good stuff. I'll be teaching you guys what you need to know. What I've done, people that are going to be showing up have sent me information, what they want to learn on. How's it going? Follow you every day. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. The people that are coming, I've asked for information from them, and they have sent me information on the things that they would want to learn while they're here. And so that's what we're basing the class on. I can only have a handful of people at a time here because it is only like a 14 by 24 or 25. I can't even remember now. But anyway, I want to have plenty of room and plenty of time with individuals themselves. I'm not a big corporate. I don't need 15 or 20 people here to make it work. That's not what I want to do. My purpose is to help individuals themselves, okay? So, and not just a textbook thing. Okay, this is what we're going to teach. This is what we're going to talk about. I don't want to do, that's not what we're doing at all, okay? Everybody that's coming is getting personal, hands-on, one-on-one training and stuff like that with things that they struggle with. I've got information from them, what they struggle with, what they want to learn. That's what we're going to teach, okay? To each individual that's here, they're going to get help with what they struggle with. So these classes are based on whoever comes. What do you think of the Pro Knees? What aren't customized? I have considered getting some to replace the Cobalt knee pads. Pro Knees are the best, absolute best in the industry. Appreciate these streams. My knees prevent me from flooring work, but it's nice to know what to expect from installers. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, Pro Knees, if I hadn't had Pro Knee actually come and they didn't come, but say, here's some, take them and check them out, I probably never would have bought them. I never would have checked them out because of the price. And I feel like, thank you, Lucas. I really appreciate that, buddy. It's awesome. Really appreciate those super chats. If they hadn't done it, like I said, the price was stopping me from doing it, and I'm sure it does a lot of other people. Do you have any videos about the best way of how avoiding seam peaking? Have you ever tried tracks? I have not. I put them on at the convention and they did feel good. That's all I can say, but I have not actually worked in them or anything like that. I don't have any videos on seam peaking yet other than the Peak Buster, and that does work. Obviously, you want to stretch, don't want as much tension across the seam as you do with the length of the seam. That's going to help it from peaking as well. And also using a thermoplastic seam sealer will help it from peaking, okay? You sit more on your shins than your knees with those. Love them. Yes, you absolutely do. Absolutely. It takes all the pressure off your meniscus, your ankles, and all that stuff. It puts your pressure on your shins with the Pro Knees, so it helps you, gets all the noise, all that blah, all the pressure off your joints. Yes, Pro Knees, they are the best. I'll never go back. And like I said, the price prevents people from getting them. They don't know what they're missing. Shell that out, okay? That's not just like, I'm going to buy a new tool. It's not like that. It's, I'm going to prolong my career. I'm going to take care of my body. That's what those are about, okay? To spend $300 to do that, 350, whatever they are, absolutely worth it. I walk around a lot. I don't have a helper. Do you see that being an issue with Pro Knees? I take off my Pro Knees and put them on 15 or 20 times a day. Anytime I got a bunch of walking around to do, I pull them off. If I'm going outside to pull carpet in, I pull them off. I always take mine on and off. I don't like to walk in them. I don't like to just sit around and have lunch in them. Anytime I'm not on the floor working, I pull them off. Moving furniture around, I pull them off. They are big and bulky and not comfortable to walk in, but they do what they're supposed to do. They help me. They help my knees. They help my everything. They help my feet because I'm not sitting on my feet. They're worth it. I don't care if I have to pull them off, put them on 50 times a day. They're worth it by all means. Good. I didn't realize they were quick to put on and off. I figured they were slow. No, they're two buckles on each one, and they're super easy to do. Just one-handed, just click, click, and they're off. Now you got to sit down, shoot, put them on just that fast too. So super easy to on and off with them. Well, the cost, right, the cost off for taxes. That's exactly right. I do all my tools like that. Even do my work shirts, work hats, anything that has your logo on it, you can write it off. As a matter of fact, anything in this video right here, I can write off. Anything that's for a prop, I can write off. So anyway, we won't get all into that. We're not tax accountants or anything like that, but you can write off all kinds of business expense, phone bills, office space, portion of your rent, everything, okay? A lot. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it. 45 minutes here. I'm fixing to get in the house. I got a bunch of stuff to put up, so I was just seeing super chats. Thank you guys for the super chats. I appreciate that, Nick. Whew, it's burning up in there. So there's been a big change out here just today. I've been cleaning up a lot. I'm not worried about the cost too much. Just want to make informed choices. I appreciate y'all. Yeah, it's definitely a good choice, okay? So I've been cleaning up a lot. I'm fixing to put my four-wheelers back in here. I got the grandkids' four-wheelers, so they're fixing to go back in here. But anyway, it was a super wreck in here. You can see my walkway. I worked so hard to get all this cleared out, and it's all right back trashed up with stuff. So here, I built this little thing up here today. Got a bunch of stuff off the floor and up there. Got my dollies off the floor, carpet area cleaned up, got my sander and vacuum. Got this thing put over here today. I actually got some walking room right through here. Tack strip and stuff like that has been over there, but anyway, my miter saw that's on the porch goes right here. I just ain't got it there yet. But anyway, I've been busy cleaning stuff up here. I'm trying to get ready for the carpet classes. I got these steps in here that you guys probably know about. They've been sitting here forever. They're turned into shelves. They just got stuff piled up on them. I'm going to break these apart. I put everything together with screws so that I could break them apart and stuff like that. And I'm going to make them, I'm going to do a set with spindles. Somebody said that they wanted learn about steps while they're here on the classes. So I'm going to break these apart. We're going to do the true cut method. I'm going to teach that. We're going to teach how to do it with spindles and all that good stuff. So I'll get these broke apart and have one open-sided set of steps. Maybe some with bullnose, maybe some was just waterfall or whatever. So that's one thing we're going to be talking about. We're also going to be talking about stretching techniques. I'd have to look back at my notes and see what all we're going to be covering. But anyway, like I said, anything that anybody needs to know about is what we're going on with. We still have a couple places available, by the way. If you are interested in coming to these classes, text me or email me, floorsbysouthernboys@gmail.com, or text me 520-351-1526. We'll get you hooked up. Hey, buddy, nice to see you live, family. Thank you, buddy. I'm actually fixing to get off here. I've been on here for 45 minutes now. So anyway, if you guys are interested in those classes, feel free to hit me up. We still have a couple spots available. They will be here at my studio, and NFIC will be here teaching the high-end wovens and stuff like that. Thank you guys for tuning in. Until next time, FBSB's out.